Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you DC January 2025 Solicitations. Ooh, the King of Atlantis is back! Aquaman! Don't miss Aquaman issue 1 by Jeremy Adams and John Timms. So let's look into this. We start off, Justice League Unlimited issue 3, all in. The global terrorist group Inferno has taken its next step toward world dominance with an ecological disaster. Will Superman, Wonder Woman, and the others have to sacrifice the life of Swamp Thing plus Plastic Man and Beast Boy work with the Atom Project to fix their scrambled superpowers? That sounds crazy. Got some facsimile editions with Batman celebrating Halloween. Let's hear. All in Batman issue 156. The GCPD is closing in on their suspected killer and on Batman. Wayne Enterprises is under attack as Nigma's plans come into focus. The Owls are not what they seem. Don't miss the thrilling penultimate issue of the Dying City. It's like, whoa, that looks kind of crazy. Absolute Batman issue 4. Absolute Batman has established himself as an extremely large force to be reckoned with. But how did he get to this point? How did he push himself? And how did the tragic events of his childhood and the advice of his father shape the man who he became, literally? Guest artist Gabriel Walta joins for this essential origin issue of Absolute Batman to explore Bruce Wayne's past as an inevitable future to go bigger. Don't miss this pivotal issue. That looks nutty. Alright, Absolute Superman issue 3. Years ago on Krypton, Jor-El and Lara became utterly convinced that their planet was headed toward cataclysm. But what could two lowly peons of the Labor Guild possibly do to save their entire species? The answer is decidedly not what you think. So we see them looking on the dog. It's like, holy shit. Absolute Wonder Woman issue 4. The Tetracide is the Four-Killer, and Diana has done the unthinkable to escape its fatal grasp. The move may have saved her to fight another day, but the price Diana paid is more than she can stand to lose for the fight that's coming. She will need the help of her allies, both old and new, to recover what she has lost and save Gateway City. She looks crazy there. Eyes all red and shit. That blade. Superman, issue 22. A secret alien strike team has arrived on Earth with their sights set on the greatest weapon in the universe, Doomsday. The only person who can save the ultimate destroyer is Superman. What? Interesting. While alien forces rain down on Metropolis, Superwoman trains with her new powers alongside an unlikely instructor, and you will not believe who it is. There we go. That sounds like a pretty cool Superman story there. Superman, Lex Luthor Special Issue 1. During the Battle of the House of Brainiac, Lex Luthor's memories were wiped clean. But now, after the events of DC All-In Special Issue 1, the world needs Lex to remember his past. There's a key piece of information in Lex's lost memories that could unlock an epic mystery that plagues Superman and the Justice League. But what if Lex doesn't want to remember? Would Superman sacrifice Lex's newfound peace to solve a secret, even if it means the return of Superman's fiercest rival? Very interesting to try and figure that one out. The battle between Diana and Sabra reaches a bloody finale. Wonder Woman issue 17. The Battle of Wonder begins. After revealing the Sovereign and his plans to the entire nation, Wonder Woman sends in her girls to wage war against his army. Will these sidekicks have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with their mentors more fearsome foes? That is a really cool cover there, and that sounds like a really cool bit there for Wonder Woman. Aquaman, issue 1. New powers, new mission. The king is back, baby. In the wake of absolute power, Arthur Curry's powers have evolved to powerful new heights. And this is one king ready to use them to kick some serious butt. Mammoth water construct kaijus have emerged from each of the 7 seas, and only Aquaman's water warping abilities can stop them. But not if they kill the good king in the process. Enter Dagon, Arthur's guide on the quest to unlock the secrets of the blue. But what deadly secret awaits Arthur on his journey? It's an all-new era for Aquaman by acclaimed creators Jeremy Adams, The Flash Green Lantern, and John Timms Action Comics that will leave you cheering. That sounds pretty cool. And seeing the art over here, that actually looks pretty awesome. Sketches there. Ooh, the kaijus, the characters. So if you're into Aquaman and into this kind of new one, take a look at that. That sounds pretty good. Great powers awaken and the universe may never be the same. The New Gods issue 2. Mr. Miracle has found himself at a crossroads. Presented with a terrible choice by his brother Orion, he must decide between venturing out to save a child he has never met, a new god made manifest, or stay home to raise a child of his own. Meanwhile, an evil awakens, driven mad by an obsession with a dead god, and sets its sights on this same child. Several forces of good and of evil converge on this child as its latent powers begin to reveal themselves to the world. And while these dramas play out on Earth, the forces of an intergalactic inquisition march ever closer. That sounds pretty weird and cosmic. That sounds pretty cool. Alright, Justice League, The Atom Project, Issue 1. In the wake of absolute power, the superpowers of planet Earth are in chaos, and it's up to the newly formed Justice League to restore order to that chaos. Enter Ray Palmer and Ryan Choi, together as the heroes called Atom. These brilliant minds get to work crafting the world's first superpower reallocation and backup system, codenamed the Atom Project. But not everyone wants their powers back. Captain Atom is hell-bent on preventing his missing atomic abilities from ever being found. Join Oscar-winning writer John Ridley, Rogue Sun co-creator Ryan Parrott, and Batman First Night artist Mike Perkins down the rabbit hole of an intense atomic-fueled spy thriller that will drop change on the DCU like an atom bomb. That sounds interesting there. That's a pretty nice cover. We've got Challengers of the Unknown, The Question All Along the Watchtower as well. Here we go. Action Comics issue 1082. Superman Superstars continues with an unforgettable tale about Superman's greatest gift to the world, hope. Major disaster returns to Metropolis in his old ways, much to the dismay of the Man of Steel. Can his alter ego Clark Kent discover the reason behind this villain's decline back into the world of crime? Ooh. And Detective Comics issue 1093. Batman's run-in with the horrific Asema has left him questioning everything. Who is Asema? How does she know Bruce Wayne? And for what foul purpose is she draining the blood of young men across the city? To find the answers to these burning questions, the world's greatest detective must plunge into the darkest corners of his city and his psyche. The very foundation of the Dark Knight is beginning to crack. Can he solve the mystery before it crumbles completely? That is a crazy looking cover there. Those sound like some pretty cool ones there. And at least it's not like 30 issues of Action Comics all at once. Because that was gnarly when I was seeing that shit going on. I'm like, that for a month, goddamn. Let's see. Batgirl issue 3. The train ride out of Gotham proves more difficult than expected for Cass and Lady Shiva as dangerous new players enter the field. With the Unburied still hot on their trail and seeking blood, can Batgirl actually trust her mother, or will it lead to her certain death? Catwoman issue 72. As Selena dances her way through Devils and the Damned at a Dante's Divine Comedy theme party, a tale of pain and woe unfolds in Stockholm. There, Catwoman will find the first of her prizes as she does battle against the people after her head. In the end, Catwoman will find herself in a literal inferno of her own making. That sounds crazy. Harley Quinn issue 47. Poison Ivy issue 29. Nightwing issue 122. Nightwing faces the memory of a dark encounter from his days fighting alongside Batman as Robin. An encounter which might hold the secret of Spheric Solutions' mysterious CEO and her machinations for the city of Bloodhaven. Titans issue 19. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Killers have ice in their veins, and villains are cold-hearted. See where we're going with this? This month's weather forecast predicts freezing overnight lows, ice storms, snow flurries, and a high chance of dead Titans. Brrr. It's like, whoa, those sound kind of crazy there. Black Lightning issue 3. I almost said 13. Natasha Irons, Lynn Stewart, and the Pierce sisters are caught in the crossfire as Volcana and her new Masters of Disaster set their sights on Steelworks' Metahuman Evaluation Center. Steel and Lightning jump into the fray to protect innocents, but Thunder is terrified of losing control again. But with her sister and her mother risking it all to protect innocent lives, can Anissa Pierce stay on the sidelines? Wow, that sounds pretty crazy there. JSA issue 3. After sacrificing his reincarnation for one last life with the woman he loves, hell is the last place Hawkman wants to be right now. With his allies at the Tower of Fate under siege by the Injustice Society, can he escape Whitman's clutches, or is his goose truly cooked? That does not sound good for Hawkman. Damn. Green Lantern issue 19. Go all in with the Green Lantern as Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps are given a new mandate to patrol the galaxy, fight crime, and stop the rise of fractal lanterns throughout the universe. An exciting new status quo for the DC Universe begins here. That sounds kind of crazy there. Also, Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum issue 1. Following the events of the Civil War, a new era in Green Lantern mythology begins. Once again, Oa has become the epicenter of the Green Lantern Corps, bringing justice to the furthest corners of the galaxy. but a new threat has emerged. Beings that manifest uncontrolled parts of the emotional spectrum have randomly appeared throughout the universe. Dubbed fractal lanterns, Hal and a reformed Green Lantern Corps set off to police this strange new phenomenon while uncovering a sinister plot that could eliminate the very essence of sentient life. Ooh. So those link up pretty well there. Green Arrow, issue 20. As Green Arrow comes face to face with the victims of the freshwater environmental disaster, the freshwater killer confronts the Emerald Archer. And Flash, issue 17. As the Flash races to contain damage to Skartarsis, forces both below and above ground make their move to grasp power. The Flash family vacation leads the West Clan to meet the one and only Warlord. Those look crazy. And then we get like some winter weather kind of covers. Yeah, shit, there's a Two-Face one going on. Interesting. Metamorpho. Ooh, Shazam, issue 19. It's brother versus brother and captain versus commander, as Billy Batson is left with no choice but to confront Freddy in his new superhero persona head-on. If Mr. Mind was able to worm his way into the heart of the Shazam family, there's no knowing who else may have been infested with his influence. The gods are watching, and what they see could tip the balance of power in their family, city, and world. Ooh. Things do not sound good for Shazam. Power Girl, issue 17. A fresh start. Power Girl and her friends are the new owners of the Daily Star building, with plans to bring back its former glory. But the renovations disturbs a squatter living on the property, one who's not afraid to seize full control for himself. Luckily, Power Girl's ready for a fight with a new look. Those looks actually look really good. That is a really nice cover there. Cool. And it's got a cat. Kitty. We got some crazy kind of stuff there. Vampire stuff going on with that. Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Batman and Robin. Let's see. The Milestone Universe, Shadow Cabinet. That looks crazy. Rise of the Power Company. Some horror. And then we get to the facilities. So, overall, this sounds like a pretty solid January for DC. I like that there aren't 4 action comics all at once. That's just nutty. The Absolute line sounds like they're taking some interesting kind of choices there, especially with like Diana and Batman, and we'll see what goes on with Superman. Wonder Woman fighting Sovereign sounds crazy, and Superman having to like protect Doomsday, that's a kind of crazy and interesting kind of shift. And this #1 for Aquaman sounds pretty cool. Now granted, I'm into kaiju and seeing what kind of goes on there, but it sounds like they're messing with his powers, and I really kind of like the art and the kind of concept art that we've got here for it. So if you're into Aquaman, I would suggest kind of checking it out. If you're into it, then you kind of want to check it out and see what goes on. Sometimes it's good to just kind of check the #1, see what kind of goes on, kind of like a pilot. But don't always completely quote on that. Sometimes you get first issue that doesn't really hit you, but then later on the issues kind of pick up steam. So always be like, you know what, I'll hold off on it, and then you can probably check out the trade back later on. That's always a good strategy. The New God sounds interesting that they're trying to figure out what to do with this kind of kid. And I just like that they're doing at least decent kind of stuff with detective and action comics where they're not like just flooding it. Everything sounds pretty kind of cool. The Fractal Lanterns could do some interesting things. Hawkman sounds like he's kind of screwed himself. Flash sounds interesting that they're like dealing with like a crazy ass vacation. Yeah, there sounds like some solid interesting kind of stuff in January for DC. So if you're into it, check it out. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're looking forward to. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, tell me what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.